Good morning all. In today's lecture, we will see some of the problem statements on the loops, and then we will see some objective questions, okay, which is of MCQ type. So let's start our today's session. Is it visible? Screen is visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So let's start. So first, open our dev C++ IDE. Create our source file. Yes. Then open list. Okay. So modified CP list based on the looping statements. So here is the list. Now we will choose any one of this problem statement and solve it by using different logic. So okay, so already we have seen that how to calculate the sum of digits of a given number using while loop as well as do while for exercise. Similarly, okay, so next one is the how to print any type of pattern. Suppose this is a pattern. We want to print this pattern, means first row contains only 1, second row contains 2 times, third row contains 3 times, and fourth row contains 4 times. Guys, using for loop. So in this type, whenever we print two pattern of any type, then we require two for loop. Outer for loop, purpose of the outer for loop is for the number of rows logic, and inner for loop is for the number of columns logic. So actually this is a 4 by 4 matrix, and that matrix first having only one value and other values are null, 3 values are null. Second row contains 2 values and other 2 values are null. In this way we have to print. So let's print the following pattern. Okay, so this is our ID, this is our problem statement. Give the comment, that is /star and /. Okay, so this is our predicted output on the console. Now we have to write our code. First include std io.h header file, then our main function integer main. Okay, now we have write our code here. So guys, first decide the logic. What is the logic? For printing any type of pattern or matrix, we require two loops, outer loop and inner loop. So solving pattern type of examples, always we use for loop because it is better for our understanding purpose. So write the structure first. What is the structure? Keyword for loop, for, then in the parentheses, first is the initialization, then condition, then reinitialization. Okay, this for loop is completed. So again, what is we required? Again one inner for loop. Okay, so again initialization, then condition, then reinitialization. After that, this is the body of outer for loop. So guys, here we write the body of outer for loop. Okay, and here we have to write body of inner for loop. Great. Guys, hope you understand. So let's first decide the structure. What is the use of outer for loop? Outer for loop gives you number of rows, and inner for loop gives you number of column. Okay. So outer for loop gives you number of rows and inner for loop gives you number of columns. Now decide one by one how we can write the body of loops. So first, how to write the body for the inner for loop. This is called as inner for loop and this whole is called as outer for loop. You can call this as a nested for loops because for loop, inner for loop is nested inside the outer for loop. Great. Now decide the things. So how to write code for the pattern type? So guys, outer for loop gives you number of rows logic. So for outer loop, okay, we have to take two variables I and j. So I is for the outer for loop, okay, which gives you number of rows. So I is equal to initially it is 0 condition and I plus plus. Okay, so how many rows are there in your problem statement? This is a pattern. While printing the pattern, how many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Depending on that, we have to write the condition. So I less than equal to 4. Guys, here we starts from 1. We starts from 1. I is equal to 1, I less than equal to 4 and I plus plus. What is the meaning of that? This outer for loop is executed how many times? 4 times. Means body of outer for loop executed 4 times. Okay, because there are how many rows? 4 rows, so we can execute it for the 4 times. So first row contains only 1, means first row's first column. So columns logic we have write in inner for loop. So for that we have to use j as a name of the variable. So j is equal to 1. Now decide j. For the first row, how many times we have to print 1? Only once. Okay, means j less than equal to I. Okay, and next j plus plus. So guys, let's check what happens. And inner for loop, what we have to print the value. So in inner for loop, we have to printf percentage d, some space and comma and display which value. This inner for loop print number of columns in particular row. So which value we have to print? We have to print value of I. Okay, because in first row what we required? 1. So let's check. Guys, hope you understand. We will discuss it because this is somewhat critical, typical problem. Okay, and that's why first we will check it is gives correct output. So pattern 1, give the name, then see source file, save it. Great. Now let's check what happens. Compile and run. It gives correct output or not? Oh no. What happens? 1 2 2 3 3 3 4 4 4. Yes, it gives the output, but what remaining? After printing, this for loop, inner for loop is for number of columns. After printing all columns is in the first row, we want to go to the next line. So after completing this for loop, outside this outer inner for loop, we have to write printf /n, then save it, then execute it, compile and run. Okay, great. Guys, output is it visible? 1 on the first row, 2 2 on the second, 3 3 3 3 times on the third row, and 4 4 times on the fourth row. So how this happens? Where here guys, printf statement, what we required? Print the value. Okay, so Here always I is a index for the outer for loop, which gives the number of rows. J is the index for the number of columns, which is used for inner for loop. Now here, how many rows are there? Suppose, guys, if we want to print 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 times, okay, in this way. So what is the change is required? What change is required here in the code? What change? Number of rows get changed. So initial row is 1, first row, and how many rows are there? 5. So just change 5. And here in the inner for loop, don't do anything, because here we want to print 5. So let's check whether it gives correct output or not. There is no compilation error. Okay, great. So this is called as pattern printing. Yes, any doubts? Yes, any doubts? Yes, CR Bhushan.
No, sir.
Okay, so I will again explain it using debugging technique. So right here, toggle breakpoint. Yes. Then use debug option. Yes. After that, give the watch for I variable as well as j variable. Okay. So initial value I is equal to 0, j is equal to 1. Okay. Next. So for loop is executed. I initial value is 1. Okay. 1 less than equal to 5 condition true. So what happens? Body of outer for loop executes. So in the outer for loop, what is the body contents? Again for loop, that is inner. So here when you click next line, so initial value of j becomes 1. I also 1. That's why 1 less than equal to 1 condition true. So it's enters in the body of for loop and print percentage d I. So what is the value of I? 1. So 1 get displayed on the console when you click on the next line. Let's check. Okay. So this is the output. 1 space and cursor goes to the this position. Yes. Now what happens? When we click on the next line, j get incremented by 1. So j becomes j plus plus, that becomes 2, and 2 less than equal to 1. I's value remains 1. So 2 less than equal to 1 condition false. If condition is false, inner for loops body does not get executed and cursor directly goes to the next line of this for loop. So which is the next line? Printf /n means next line. So when you click on this, it executes println. Yes, and the cursor goes to the next line. Guys, cursor goes to the runtime cursor is goes to this next line. Yes. Now j becomes 2. That's why this condition is false. Now I becomes, when you click on this next line, I becomes 2. 2 less than equal to 5 condition again true. Then again here j is equal to 2. But guys, when this inner for loop is again executed, again j is initialized to 1. Okay, so initialize to 1 and 1 less than equal to 2. I's value is 2. So condition true. Again execute next line. So what happens? Once 2 is displayed on the next line. Yes. Again click on the next line. So print I. So current value of I, that is 2, is get displayed on the console. Again now 2 2. When this line is now executed, click on the next line, then j plus plus is executed, that is it becomes 3. So 3 less than equal to 2 condition false. So false means cursor goes out of this for loop, so goes to the next line. Print f /n means next line. When you click on the next line, cursor goes to the third row. Great. So in this way Outer for loop gives you number of rows. So number of rows logic we can decide by using our pattern. So here 5 rows are there. So we can execute this for outer for loop 5 times. For that purpose, I is initialized to 1 and I less than equal to 5. That is the condition. Great. Let's check for out inner for loop. Again, I will show you what is the logic. Inner for loop. Every time when that outer for loop is executed, inner for loop j is initialized to 1, then j less than equal to I, because how many times 1 is printed on the first row once only, 2 2 times, 3 3 times, 4 4 times, and 5 5 times. That's why this is the condition, j less than equal to I. Guys, understood? Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I will stop the execution, remove the toggle breakpoint. I will ask the question, MCQ type of question based on this. Suppose I have changed the value of j less than equal to 3. Okay. J is equal to 1, j less than equal to 3, and j plus plus. So which type of pattern we have to display on the console? Only change here is j less than equal to 3. Means what happens? This inner for loop executed always 3 times. Means at the first row 1 1 1 3 times, second row 2 2 3 times, like this. So pattern is like this: 1 1 3 times, 2 2 3 times, 3 3 3 times, 4 4 4 times, and 5 5 5 times. Is it the output, expected output on the console? Yes. If I change the condition j less than equal to 3, then what is the expected output? So this is a MCQ type of question. So there are 4 different options. You have to choose one of them, which is correct. So let's check. Is it gives the same output or something different? Yes, great. So this is the pattern: 1 1 1 on the first, 2 2 2, 3 3 3, 4 4 4, 5 5 5. Okay. Now my question is, this type of we have to make n number of questions. So for example, if I have make j less than equal to I itself, and instead of printing I have print j. Instead of printing I have to print j. So guys, which type of pattern is get displayed on the console? Everything is same. Outer for loop gives you number of rows. Inner for loop gives you number of columns. Condition j less than equal to I means first row only one value is displayed. Second row 2 values are displayed. Third row 3 values are displayed. This is the this way we have to display it. But which value we have to display? J. So always j is incremented from 1 to I. That is 1 2 3. So every time what happens? Let's check. Compile and run. So this is the pattern. On the first row 1 get displayed. On the second row 1 2. On the third row 1 2 3. On the fourth row 1 2 3 4, like this. Great. Guys, understood? So I will summarize this pattern type of examples again. So for printing pattern, always we require 2 loops. For loops are better for our understanding purpose instead of using while or do while loop. Then outer for loop always gives the number of rows. Inner for loop gives you number of columns. Main thing is condition. We have to decide the condition, because initialization and incrementation is same, but we have to decide the condition here. Okay, guys, if you want to print the pattern in different way, for example, 1 2 times, 3 like this only. Okay, 3 rows. On the first row, 3 ones. On the second row, 2 ones. And on the third row, 3. So what is the condition? What? We have to make the changes here only. So number of rows. How many rows are there? Yes, 3. So just change this. I is equal to 1, I less than equal to 3, I plus plus. Okay. So what we have to print? Not J. We have to print I. Okay, because first row 1, 2, 3. So print I. Now check the condition J. How many times we want to execute J? 3 times for the first 3 times. Okay, so how to decide? First row 3 times. So 3 times, that's why. How, what we have to do? We have to remove this I is initialized to do I less and change this less than equal to 1 and I minus minus. Okay, clear? I minus minus. Yes, but then also it's a problematic case because this outer for loop gives you number of rows. How many times we have to execute the inner for loop? So if we have doing this the way, so how output is displayed like this? For example, 3 3 3 first 2 and 1. Okay, if we want like this, then yes, percentage d I is equal to 1, j less than equal to I. Okay, so let's check whether it gives the correct output or not. Compilation error is not there. Execute it. Great. So it gives 333 222 1. Okay. So anyway, we can print it in different ways, but you have that particular logic how to print pattern. Great. Hope you understand. If you have any doubts, please tell me. Yes, Bhushan. Amar Singh, Shraddha. This type of problem solving requires practice. Okay, so hope you understand this. Let's move to the
Yes, sir.
MCQ type of questions discussion because which is required. Your exam UT1 is based on the MCQ type of questions. So I will give some questions first. For example, execution of C program starts with. Okay, so this is the first question. Suppose execution of the C program starts with, and options, there are 4 different options. Include, B, hash include, C, main function, D, printf function. Okay, guys, this is your first MCQ question, and write your answer A, B, C, D in your chat window. Fast. Only 15 seconds are there. Just do it fast. Okay, C, main function. Okay. Yes. So someone says B, 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 C. Okay, great. Guys, execution of the C program starts from or starts with main function. So correct answer is which option? C. C is the correct options. Okay. Hash include, we write hash include for including the header file, but program does not start from the hash include, it starts from the main function itself. So correct option is, or correct answer is C. Okay, let's check for second. Some simple MCQ type of questions. So which of the following is not the logical operator? Okay, so this is the question. Which of these of the following is not the logical operator? Not. Okay, so first there is AND operator, and operator. C, OR operator. D, NOT operator. Okay, so comment your answer in chat window. Which of the following is not the logical operator? Logical operator. And single time, and two times, or not. Okay, so number of students gives the answer A, D. Okay, A. Okay, so let's check the which one is the correct answer. So correct answer is A, because it is a bitwise operator, and is a logical operator. Double or pipeline, parallel pipeline is a logical operator, not is a logical operator. Great. So these are the simple type of 1 mark questions. I hope you understand this. Any doubts? Yes, any
No, sir.
doubts? Any doubts till this?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay, great. So take one more like this simple one marks question. So which of the following is not the keyword in C language? Okay, so options are A, break, B, function, C, static, D, continue. Okay, so comment your answer. So which of the following is not the keyword in the C language? Keywords, guys, keywords means here, for loop, for, in. Okay, these are the keyword. So which is the not keyword in the C language? Not the keyword. Okay, function. Yes, A. No. Yes. So guys, break is a keyword. In C language, there are 32 keywords. On CC, there are 6 to 7 more keywords are also added. But in traditional C, there are 32 keywords. Break, which breaks the loop, breaks the switch case. So break is a keyword. Function is a not keyword. Static is a keyword. Continue is also a keyword. So correct answer is, which of the following is not the keyword in C language? The correct answer is function. Okay, so these are some 1 marks questions, MCQ type of questions. Great. Now more include is called as. So hash include is called as compiler directive, the preprocessor directive, the interpreter directive, or D, all of the above. Okay, so write your answer. So which one is the correct? So correct answer. Correct answer is okay. So I will check the B, almost all B. So hash include is called as preprocessor directive. Yes, correct. So correct answer is B. Okay, hope you understand. Great. So let's take some more complicated type of examples which is based on some loops. Okay, so for example, suppose predict the output. So these are the predict the output type. Predict the output. Okay, so if they're given hash include stdio dot h int main. Okay, so it is a main function. Inside that file you printf hello. Okay, so return 0. Okay, so this is the program hash include stdio.h int main while 5 printf hello. Okay, so return 0 and curly bracket of the main function complete. So outputs are 5 times hello displayed on console. This is the first time. Second, no output. C, infinite time hello on the console. And D, none of the above. Okay, tell me guys, what is the output of this program? No output. Yes. So let's think and tell me what is the output of this program. Okay, A, C, B. Okay, A, C, B. Okay. B, C. Yes. Guys, I will show you. Just copy this code. Then create the new source file. Paste it on that. Save it. Suppose demo 2020. Save it as a C source code file. Save as. And then compile it. No error. Then run it. So what is the output? Yes, what is the output? Option C, infinite time. So output, correct answer is C. Understood? Infinite time, hello. So number of students give C, B, A. Okay. So let's correct it. Or if there is one another option, none of these, instead of that, print hello on the console. Print hello on the console till the output buffer gets full. Okay, guys, now tell me which is the correct option. Just I will change it. What? Print the hello on the console till the output buffer gets full. So which one is the correct? C or D? Yes, D. Guys, because now D is most correct, because infinite time means not it's displayed continuously. But if your output buffer get full, at that time printing of the hello on the console gets stopped. So this is the most correct one. This is the most correct one. If two options are there, infinite time hello and print hello on the console till the output buffer gets full, so which one is the correct one? In that case, D is the most relevant correct output. Yes, I hope you understand this. Okay, similarly, these are the 2 marks questions. So there are lots of questions based on the loops and branching statements. You have to go on the different sites. There are lots of questions available. Try for that and make your concepts clear. Before that, your concept must be clear. Then you have to choose correct options from the given multiple choice. Okay, so I hope you understand. So first I will stop the recording.